This course is presented by TTJ Tech Services and Stir It Up Studios.
And now, to the glory of God and the benefit of listeners everywhere, it's iPad for all computing.
We're good to go. Praise God. Praise the name of the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Folks, welcome to iPad for all computing. And we are very excited to continue on here. I believe it's session 12 today. I want to remind you that we will have class today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. 3 times this week once again. And so let's get started. All right. So we are going to be talking today about the Mail app, and we've got lots to cover with Mail on iPad. I want to remind you that when you first set up your iPad and you sign in with your Apple account, you will already have instant access to your iCloud.com email. Now, if you don't have an iCloud.com email, you can create one. That is a free feature. And we're going to spend most of our time working with iCloud Mail because that's what I use primarily. But it is also important to know that you can have your third-party emails on your iPad as well. And I think most of you know that. You can go to Settings, Apps, and Mail, and then go to Accounts or Mail Accounts, and you can add your Gmail account, your Outlook account, your Yahoo, whatever accounts you wish to add. You can add that way. And most often, you will only need your email address and password, and that's typically enough to get you signed in. But on rare occasions, you may have to have your incoming and outgoing mail server information. That's not typical, though. I would also remind you that when you set up your email, you're going to be asked about, depending on the account, whether you want to use mail, contacts, calendars, all those different, notes, different things of that nature. And again, I would remind you that we suggest that you only use mail for the non-iCloud accounts unless you need the other services. If you use Google Calendars or something, then you'll have to turn them on. All right, so now that that's done, we can actually look at the app. Get my original audio going here. Here we go. Audio settings.
Done. Selected. Original. Audio done. Button.
And let's
More.
leave the Zoom app.
Picture displayed. Video.
Okay.
Double tap to toggle controls. A black object with a page 2 of 6.
So on our home screen, we have the Mail app. It happens to be down in the dock here.
Dock. Notes. Mail. 2 unread emails. Double tap to open.
We're going to go ahead into this.
Zoom. Mail. More. Button.
All right. Now, Trainer Cliff already did a demo of the menu bar in the Mail app, so we're not going to go into much of that today. I may revisit it again, but we've got a lot of content to cover, so I may not. But know that you can use the menu bar with the Mail app just fine. It works great. The keyboard shortcuts work great, and Cliff has done the demo of that. If you need to go back and listen to that, it was our keyboard demo lesson that we did. What we're going to do is start at the upper left here.
Picture. Mail. Act close. See all messages.
Okay.
Show sidebar. Button.
Now, right off the bat, you'll notice that there's a sidebar. This is already a split view app. Very much like the Messages app where you have your list of conversations on the left, and then you'll find that if you select a conversation on the left, you'll have the actual contents of that conversation on the right. It's the same thing here. If you select a message or a thread on the left, it's going to display it on the right. So what the sidebar actually does, if you show that sidebar, is it ends up adding a third column to the mail app, and it'll be on the left-hand side. And what could that possibly be? Well, it's going to be your list of mailboxes. So let's go ahead and show this sidebar so that I can show you what we're talking about here.
Show sidebar. Edit button.
Now notice
Edit button.
the very first thing you have is an edit button so that you can edit the stuff on here.
Hide sidebar button.
There's the button to hide the sidebar. Now look at our mailboxes here.
Selected. All inboxes. 2 unread messages.
Okay, the one that I have selected right now is my universal or unified inbox, which is basically one inbox for all the mail accounts that I have on my iPad. And that's how I prefer to work most of the time, in the unified inbox, because then I can see all of my messages that have come in regardless of which account they've come into. But you also have individual inboxes for the mail accounts that you have. In my case, there are 2. iCloud is my main mail account. I also have a Google account. I really only got that initially because you needed it at the time in order to create a YouTube account. So I have both on here. I don't use the Gmail app. I don't recommend using the Gmail app. You can if you want to, but I don't suggest it. Just like I don't suggest using the Outlook app either, or any of those, Yahoo, whatever they might have. I recommend adding all of those to your settings so they'll show up here in the Apple Mail app. And that's what I've done with Google. So as I swipe to the right, now you already see that my all inboxes, my unified inbox is selected. But to the right, I will have inboxes for both iCloud and Gmail. So listen to that.
iCloud. 2 unread messages. Gmail.
Right. iCloud, 2 unread messages, no unreads in the Gmail at this point. Now, these are all of the inboxes that I have. You might have 4 or 5 if you have 4 or 5 accounts configured on here, whatever it might be. Now let's go to the right and see what else we have.
VIP.
Okay, that's VIP. You can designate individual senders and what have you as VIP. Keep going.
Flagged.
Okay.
328 unread messages.
All right, what we're seeing here, and by the way, from that edit button, you can reorder the mailboxes so you can put them in whatever order is convenient for you. I will show you again where that is in a moment. But what I have here is a list of what are known as smart mailboxes. And this is something which you may not see the same ones that I have, because you can go into edit and you can show or hide individual smart mailboxes. You can turn on the ones you want and you can turn off the ones that you do not want. I've turned on the ones that I want, and they are smart mailboxes. So this first one here,
Flagged. 328 unread messages.
I guess really the first one was the VIP.
VIP.
But notice this.
Flagged. 328 unread messages.
So everything that I have flagged goes into this mailbox. And if I want to view only the flagged messages, I double tap on this smart mailbox and it'll show me only the messages that I have flagged.
Unread. 36 unread messages.
Okay?
Unread. 37 unread messages.
A new mail message just came in. But notice that's unread. That's another smart mailbox. So only the unread messages. Now you're thinking to yourself, I thought that your iCloud account said it had 2 unread messages. Where are they getting 37? Well, hang tight. I'll explain that shortly.
Attachments. 2 unread messages.
All right. Those are the messages with attachments. Again, we are in the sidebar. If you're just joining us, we're looking at the list of mailboxes. And specifically, these are smart mailboxes that I have enabled. They may not be enabled on your device at this time, so you may not see them in your list of mailboxes. I will show you how to add them shortly. But notice, this one is the attachments. I like that because sometimes you say, well, I know I want to find this article, this PDF, or this audio file or whatever. I don't remember when I received that. I don't know, Well, instead of having to look back through, you just choose your messages with attachments, and it's going to be there.
Remind me. Follow up. Send later.
All right, so these are, again, smart mailboxes that have to do with different things. Follow up is like if it detects that you sent a message asking a question, or somebody sent you a message asking a question, and then there was no reply in a few days, that'll come up as a follow-up, so you maybe want to get back to that person, or whatever.
Today, 37 unread messages.
That's another useful one. All the messages that I've received today. And again, these are all smart mailboxes. And we are looking at the sidebar. We'll show you how to add and remove mailboxes from the sidebar shortly. Let's keep going.
All drafts, 2 unread messages, all sent, all trash, all junk, 300 Gmail.
So
button.
I had all drafts, all junk, all of those things as well. Again, the reason it says all is because it spans however many accounts I might have. I only have 2, but this way I don't have to look at each individual account. I can just go to all sent or all trash or whatever and look at just the messages that are in the trash, but regardless of which account they came from. So that's very convenient. All right, now we are past the section of our sort of favorite and custom mailboxes here, and we're now going to see the individual accounts. They are expandable, they are collapsible. We're still on the sidebar.
All junk, 3 Gmail, button, expanded.
Now,
Double tap to collapse.
I'm not actually sure why Gmail shows up above iCloud. I could reorder that if I wanted to. Maybe it's the way I set things up, but I can manually go in and edit the order. It really doesn't matter. I rarely even go down this far. But this is the Gmail mailbox. It's expandable. It's collapsible. So here are the mailboxes now, if I swipe to the right, that are under the Gmail account specifically.
Inbox. Drafts. Sent. Junk. Trash. All mail. Gmail. Collect. Gmail. Trash. iCloud. 2 unread messages. Button. Expanded.
Now notice,
Double tap to collapse.
we now moved on to the iCloud mailbox. And here, iCloud account, rather. And here are the mailboxes that are underneath iCloud.
Inbox. 2 unread messages. Drafts. 2 unread. Sent. Junk. Trash. Archive. All inboxes. Heading.
Okay, and then it jumps over to the right. I'm going to have to look at those 2 drafts. I don't really think I should have drafts. Let me
Send. Drafts. 2 selected.
take care of that very quickly.
Lori draft. Lori. Only Apple T. Enter full. Only. Delete. Delete. Deleted. Only app. Delete. Deleted.
All right, now we have no drafts.
No messages.
All right, back to the left here.
Picture in picture. All mail. Attached. Flat. VIP. Gmail. iCloud. All inboxes. Selected.
Back to all inboxes, and let's go through that list one more time.
Gmail. Track. All mail. Inbox. 2 unread message. Drafts. No unread. Sent. Junk. Trash. 5 archive.
All right, those are the mailboxes. Now, if you want to change anything here, you're going to go to that top left edit button.
Picture. Hide side. Edit.
It's actually to the left of the hide sidebar.
Hide sidebar. Button.
There's hide sidebar. One to the left.
Edit. Button.
Double tap on edit.
Done.
All right. Notice now it's replaced by a done button. Swipe to the left.
Done. Button.
Can't go any further to the left. So let's go to the right.
Hide sidebar. Button. Selected. All inboxes. 2 unread messages. Reorder all inboxes. 2 unread messages. Selected. iCloud. 2 unread messages. Reorder iCloud. Selected. Gmail.
All right, what am I hearing here? It's all the mailboxes, and the ones that are selected are the ones that are going to show up in the list. And you have a reorder handle. All right, so let's keep swiping to the right to see what else we have.
Reorder. Selected. VIP. Selected. Flagged. Selected. Unread. 37 unread messages.
Remember, I said you might not have all the same smart mailboxes as I do, but here's where you turn them on. If you want to show the unread messages mailbox and you don't have it turned on, just double tap on it to turn it on. Let's keep going.
Reorder unread. 32 or CC.
Okay, there's one called To or CC. I do not have that one turned on. I don't want to see that one in my list just because I don't think I need it.
To or CC.
If I did want it, though, I just double tap on it.
Selected. To or CC.
Now it'll show up in the list.
Selected. To or CC.
Again, I'm going to deselect it because I don't want it on.
To or CC.
All right, but it's that simple. Go to the right.
Selected. Attachments.
Yep, I do.
Unread messages.
I definitely want to see the attachments, smart mailbox.
Thread notifications.
Nah.
Reorder thread. Selected. Remind me.
All right, so you get the idea. Now, while I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can move my iCloud account up above my Gmail account. So let's go to the right.
Selected. All junk. At Gmail. Button. Expanded. Inbox. Draft. Set. Track. All. Gmail. iCloud. 2 unread messages. Button. Inbox. Gmail. Trash.
No, doesn't look like I can actually move the account. I can move mailboxes around, but I can't move the actual...
iCloud. 2 unread messages.
Yeah, there's not a reorder.
Inbox. 2 unread messages. Drafts. No. Send.
Yeah, no reorder handle there. It only has to do with that top section. And I already have the iCloud above Gmail there, so we're good to go. Let's keep going to the right, though, because I want to show you something else.
Junk. 351 unread messages. Trash. 500. Archive. No unread messages.
And my trash will empty on its own I think it does it every 30 days or something. Or I can manually do it, but...
Toolbar. New mailbox. Button.
Okay, at the very bottom of this bar is the new mailbox button. Now, this only shows up when I am in edit mode. We had to hit edit first. Remember that. Okay, don't forget, you got to go to edit first. So show the sidebar, then hit edit, then go down to the bottom left here.
Archive.
Right after the last
messages.
mailbox that you have.
Toolbar. New mailbox. Button.
There's the button that allows us to create a new mailbox. Some people might think of them as folders, but the Mail app specifically calls them mailboxes. When we double tap on this...
Text field is editing. Cancel. Button.
All right, the first thing we see is a cancel button. Let's swipe to the right.
New mailbox. Heading. Save. Dimmed. Button. Text field is editing. Name. Character mode. Insertion point at start.
All right, so there it is.
Save. Text. Text field is editing. Name.
The name of the mailbox. You could call it anything you want. Recipes. Church. Work. Family. Technology. Any mail, anything you want to use, whatever you're creating this mailbox for. Now, swipe to the right.
Mailbox location. Heading.
This is very important. Go to the right.
Mailbox location. Button. Undo. Mailbox location. Button.
There's a button there. What this allows us to do, let's go into this.
Dismiss pop-up. Cap Y.
Excuse me there.
Text feed. Mailbox. Undo. Mailbox location.
Okay.
Gmail. Important. Starred. Gmail. Trash. iCloud.
See?
In Gmail. Mailbox location. Heading.
And we will
New mailbox. Back button.
go back because we're not
Mailbox location.
we're not actually going to create one. But that is where you determine which account this mailbox gets added under. Mailbox location. So you can even choose which account you're adding your mailbox under. Again, if you are an iCloud user, we highly recommend using iCloud for your mailboxes. But personal preference, whatever your needs are, you can choose there. All right, then
Mailbox name. Save. Dimmed. Button.
you could save it. Now, we don't have a name in that edit field, so thus the save button is not going to be available, and that's okay.
New mailbox. Cancel. Button.
We're going to cancel out of that.
Tour CC.
But again, that's how you create a new mailbox. You go to the show the sidebar, go to edit, and then down at the bottom left, you'll find new mailbox. All right, let's get out of this edit mode by going to done at the top left.
Picture selected. Mail. Active. Reorder Gmail. Hide side. Selected. Hide sidebar. Button.
One more to the left.
Done. Button.
There we go.
Edit.
All right. And for the moment, I'm going to hide the sidebar because I have all inboxes selected. That's what I want.
Hide sidebar. Selected. All inboxes.
Now, again, we can change that, but right now that's what I want to leave it on. So let's hit done.
Hide sidebar. Button.
Or, I mean, let's hit hide sidebar.
Hide sidebar. Toggle filter. Off. Button.
We don't really have to hide the sidebar. We could have still worked with the sidebar showing, but I think it's a little bit easier. It's one less thing on the screen if you hide the sidebar. So now at the upper left,
Show sidebar. Button.
to the right,
All inboxes. Heading.
tells us where we are.
Toggle filter. Off. Button.
Okay, so you can look at what these filter options are.
Selected. Toggle filter. On. More. Button. Primary. Selected. Toggle. Filtered by. Unread. All inboxes. Filtered by. Unread.
So we could change that.
Selected. Toggle filter.
Let's turn it
on.
off.
Toggle filter. Off. All inboxes. Heading.
All right, let's keep going to the right.
Toggle filter. More button.
There's a more button. We will look at that in a moment.
Updated just now.
There's your status line that tells you where the when the message when the mail app has been updated last. So the last time that it checked for messages, it says just now.
40 unread.
Now it says 40 unread. All right, and let's go to the right.
Primary button. Transactions. Messages unread. Button. Updates. Messages unread. Promotions. Messages selected. All mail. Button.
All right, so what is this? The default in the mail app is to have these what they call categories showing on the screen. And again, you have primary, transactions, updates. There were, I think, one more.
Primary, transaction, updates, promotions.
Promotions, and then you have all mail. Okay, if you want to view one of these categories, you simply double tap it, and it narrows down what you're seeing in your inbox. Okay, now these are automatic categories that were introduced with the mail app. Okay, they will automatically try to determine what a message is about and put it in the supposedly correct category for you so that it's easier for you to quickly find your messages. I sort of have mixed feelings about this feature. I think the intention is brilliant. I think it's a very smart idea in theory. Because if someone doesn't want to take the time to create mailboxes or even to use the built-in smart mailboxes that are there, this is definitely a way of more quickly sorting through mail. So I know if I'm in a hurry, maybe I only want to look at the primary, and then maybe if I know I am looking for some sort of a receipt, I can look in transactions, or if I'm looking for a newsletter, I can look in updates or promotions, what have you. And so in theory, that's a great idea. The problem comes in the sense that the technology is not perfect, and sometimes things are miscategorized. Things are not maybe in the category that you would want them to be in. And so for that, they've given you an option to manually recategorize messages from a particular sender. And that helps. But then that is adding extra time to your workflow, which the whole category system was designed to reduce the amount of time, not add to it. So if you find that you're not liking or not using the categories, you can turn them off. And that is this more button over here.
41 more button.
To the left. Let's double tap it.
Selected categories.
So you have categories or
list view. Button.
List view. If you choose list view, you will not see the categories. They will be hidden. VoiceOver will still announce the categories when you're on a message because they are still being categorized behind the scenes. But when you have list view, you don't see the categories, just all the messages. Okay?
About categories button.
There's an informational section.
Selected. Show contact photos button.
That's fine.
Select button.
And there's your select button also under more, so that if you want to select, 8 or 10 messages, maybe even non-contiguous ones that you want to delete or move or something, you can go into that multi-select mode.
Dismiss context menu.
And there's
button.
the dismiss context button.
H.
So I have my messages going ahead and categorizing. Again, it's personal preference, right? I can see both sides of it. I don't always agree with the way they categorize, but overall, I find it to be somewhat helpful. And if I feel like I don't want to use the categories, I don't have to turn them off. I can just choose all mail. So how does that work? Let's go here.
This list owned by picture, mail, transaction, primary, 40 primary button.
All right. So if you want to see a category, you just double tap it like primary.
Selected primary. Transactions, updates, promotions, all mail button.
See?
Promotion, update, selected, primary.
Okay.
Button.
If we want to see primary, we do that. Let's try to double tap transactions.
Transactions. Selected. Transactions.
Now notice
Primary. Selected. Transactions.
transactions is selected, not primary. Now watch what happens if we try to double tap all mail.
All mail. All mail. All mail.
Try though we might,
All mail.
we cannot select it. Why? Because the way you get all mail is to deselect everything else. So if I want to see all mail, I go to whatever else is selected.
Promote update. Selected. Transactions.
And double
updates. Message. Selected. Transactions.
And I double tap it to deselect it.
Transactions.
Now go to the right.
Updates. Promotions. Selected. All mail. Button.
Now you can see that all mail is selected. Now I want to show you one other thing. Go back to the left to the status bar.
41 unread.
You notice there are 41 unread messages. But let's get out of the mail app a second and go to the app icon on the home screen.
Contacts. Calendar. Notes. Mail. 2 unread emails.
And it says
Double tap to open.
2 unread emails. Is that a bug? No, it is not a bug. It is a feature. What is happening is the icon badge, the app icon, is only badging the number of unread messages categorized as primary. Excuse me. If I want to change that and have all of my unread messages show up in the account badge, I have to go to my notification settings. Let me show you where that is. Go to settings.
Hold M. Page 2 of page 1 of page 1. Settings. General.
Notifications.
Apple Care can home search notification selected notifications.
Go to mail.
These are beta rows Epicurious home who I key mail allow notifications switched button on alerts selected allow unlock script selected allow a notification center selected allow as banner style temporary sounds. You've got mail, badges, switched button, on, announce, heading, announce, lock screen appearance, show previews, always, notification grouping, automatic, prioritize notifications, switched button, on, customize notifications, button, customize.
Notice customize notifications at the very bottom. Go into that.
Badge count, heading.
And here it is, badge count.
Choose to see only the number of unread messages categorized as primary or all unread messages for every inbox.
And swipe to the right again.
Selected, unread messages in primary.
Or
all unread messages.
Unread messages in primary or all unread messages. You pick the one you want. Mine is set to all unread messages in primary. Therefore, my badge on the app icon is only going to show the number of unread messages that are categorized as primary. If you want to change that, you can change it right here. That again was settings, notifications, mail, customize notifications, and then badge count. I'm going to go ahead and leave it alone, so I'm going to go to the left.
Megan Cat, choose to see only the number of unread badge count, heading, customize notifications, heading, mail, back, settings, zoom, phone, settings, fake from your iPhone, button.
And I might, let me just look at the time.
Zoom
Let me,
selected, speaker, video, mute, button.
Let me just take that call real quick, folks. I apologize. Going to have you hang on. I need to make sure that's nothing urgent, and I will call you. I will be right back. I'll put you on hold here just a moment.
Audio now unmuted.
Okay, guys, everything's good. Praise God. We are going to continue.
More. Mute button.
So I wanted to show you where that particular setting was located. Let me actually go back into the real Zoom app and make sure we're unmuted.
App switcher. Video selected. Suggestions. Set Zoom. Active Zoom. Active.
Should be good, but
Zoom. You are Zoom. Meet speak AI. View this meet page. Mute my audio.
yeah, we're good. Okay. All right. So now I've shown you where to access that badge count option if you decide you want to change it. Now, I should point out that even if you don't use the categories, I think it's still going to honor that setting. So, because remember, the categories are still happening behind the scenes, even if you're in list view. So, if you want to see the badge if you want the badge to show all of your unread messages instead of only the ones that are categorized as primary, you do need to make that change. All right, let's go back into the mail app now.
Pitch doc mail Windows reply all. Mail active mess video.
Okay.
Unread selected updates promotions selected all mail button see all messages close button
I could close that little tip.
close unread promotions selected all unread Disney.
All right, tons of unread messages here. 40 something apparently. Let's just
Unread Disney Plus. Check out your new perks. 2:34 p.m. Promotions.
All right, I will swipe down and mark that as unread. I mean, mark it as read.
Archive mark as read. Archive mark as read.
Okay, that happened to be a Gmail message. Let's go to the right here.
Unread. Trish, Chad and John's. Oates. Attention John text edit adding to the doc. 2:25 p.m. Updates. 4 messages in thread.
Now that's a threaded message. It has to do with our support list. And notice it categorized it as updates. And see, that's one of those cases where that is not where I would put that. What do we do, right? What do we do? Well, we have a couple of options. We could just ignore it and let well enough alone. Or we could go into the long press menu and see if there's an option to categorize the sender. Because this is a thread, I'm not sure how that's going to work, but let's try it anyway.
TO:7 preview reply all button.
Our long press quick actions menu.
Forward open a new window mark but notify me mute move 4 messages ellipsis trash 4 messages block 3 contacts dismiss block 3 dismiss contacts.
Yeah,
menu,
see, it's
button.
not in there because it's got more than one sender, so that one
unread NGM unread.
Let's try this one.
NGM rewards. This for open mute move trash block unsubscribe dismiss unsubscribe.
I'm not seeing it in there either. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. I'll have to look at that a little bit more. But notice whenever it comes from a newsletter,
block contact unsubscribe button.
It has an unsubscribe option in the long press menu, so it'll try to automatically unsubscribe for you. So that's a nice feature.
Dismiss context menu button.
All right, let's look at delete
Disney
some of these.
Trish.
Mark some of them as red. This one is probably not going to pertain to me.
Delete thread deleted. 4 messages unread.
And
Disney Plus. Check out your new perks. 223 unread. NGM rewards.
There's that
Don't
one.
Delete deleted. Unread.
Okay.
Petrus.
And there's another message to the group.
Burning a DVD onto a blank disk. Unread. Intuit QuickBooks. What's your next business?
Okay.
Unread.
So
Amazon Business.
I'll look through these later.
Unread.
But
WD. Unread. Best Buy.
I do want to show you when you select one on the left, it puts the contents of it on the right.
Unread.
So
Peacock. Unread. Peacock. What to stream this week TV. 1:47 p.m. Promotions. Summary. Peacock promotes fresh picks. MLB joins Peacock and NBC. New original.
And it gives you a summary of it. But I'm going to go ahead and double tap on it here to select it. This is from Peacock.
Selected.
Now, it selected the message, and I think it automatically moved me over to the right side. No, it didn't.
Peacock. Okay,
but it is selected. So we know we can tap on the right side of the screen, I'll do near the top.
delete button.
You have these buttons at the top. That's why I wanted to do that, to show you. Swipe to the left.
Forward button. Reply all. Reply button. Compose button. Enter full screen button. Dean Moore Hulu.
Okay.
And reply all. Enter full screen button.
There's your enter full screen button, because you can take these full screen, go to the right.
Compose button.
That's where your compose button is.
Double tap and hold to bring up drafts.
It's at the upper, it's on the right hand side near the top. You also have these delete, reply,
Reply all. Forward, delete button.
and then
Move button. Search field.
there's the search field if you ever want to search your mail.
Summarize one message button.
Okay, go to the right.
Message header. This message is from a mailing list. Unsubscribe button.
There's that same button. You can unsubscribe. We're on the message now. Go to the right.
Close button. Peacock address button.
You
Double
want-
tap to expand header. Double tap and hold. Then drag up or down to move to other address fields.
So if you want to actually see the address that it's from, all right, go to the right.
Matthew 1:47 p.m. What to stream this week TV. Message content. Peacock. Link. Universal. Bravo. NBC. MLB. Telemundo. 3 ways to watch. Sing along. Dive deep. Or just sit back and let the magic wash over you. Which one will you stream next? Link. Wicked. For good. Wicked. For good sing along. Wicked. For good director commentary. Link.
And
Image.
these are,
A book cover with an illustration of
all right, there's some links in this message, so we could double tap on them to be taken to the corresponding website. We could continue swiping to the right to read this message. We can swipe up and down because we're already on actions, so it defaults to actions. You can see what's in the rotor.
trash, flag, reply, unread, explore image, activate, default.
A lot of the same stuff. And there's also, if you happen to be in a thread, there's going to be a messages option in the rotor to quickly move from message to message within a thread. I'll try to show you that. You can keep reading by swiping to the right. At the very bottom right,
Stream now. Fresh page 1 of House of Vip TV. TV
get way down
calendar.
there.
More actions. Button.
there it is.
Vertical scroll bar.
Just to the
Vertical
left of the vertical scroll bar,
More actions. Button.
more actions.
Use
And
the rotor to access messages.
these are going to be even more options than what you had in the rotor.
Peacock. Wicked. For good. Reply. Reply all. Forward. Trash message. Remind me. Flag. Mark as unread. Move message. Move to junk. Archive message. Categorize sender.
And there's that option I was talking about. Categorize sender. That lets you change the category if you don't like the category that it's in.
Mute. Notify me. Print.
You can print out your message from here.
Block contact.
Of course, you can block the sender.
Block contact.
And that's it. We're going to go ahead and scrub out of that.
Peacock.
So again, that was the More Actions button at the very bottom right of the screen. What I did is a 4-finger single tap
More actions.
near the bottom.
Button. Use the rotor to access messages.
Let's pick one on the left that has a thread.
Rita Howe replied. Rita Howes. The Titanic Sea replied.
Oh.
Dave Claremont.
Well, I went way down in my message list. Let's scroll back up to the top quickly by touching the status bar
2:43 p.m.
and then double tapping quickly.
Page 5 of 636.
It's scrolling up now.
Selected. All mail.
Okay, there we go.
Unread. Unread. Petra.
Here's a threaded message
Unread.
from our
Petrus,
support list.
Saba Hatton and Dave Oates burning a DVD onto a blank disk. 2:19 p.m. Updates. 3 messages in thread. Selected.
Double tap.
Selected.
Touch the right side.
I'm revisiting this.
Whoop,
topic.
let's do
Selected.
that again because I did listen to what it said.
Message 1 of 3. Petrus to Erlingsvi. Hi all. I'm revisiting this topic, but from a slightly different direction.
I can read that message by swiping to the right. Or what if I say, oh, I've already read that. I want to go to the next message in that thread. Turn the rotor one time to the left.
Messages.
Now, swipe down.
Message body. Petrus.
There's,
Message 3 of 3. Sable Hatton Cooker.
I want to go back, swipe up.
Message body. Petrus.
That's 2 of 3. I don't know why it's not saying that.
Message 1 of 3.
And there's 1 of 3. So there you go. It goes through all the messages you have in the thread. If one is collapsed and you want to expand it, you can double tap it. Usually that only happens if you've already read the message before. But Either way, that's a quick and convenient way to work with your threaded messages without having to expand them. I don't like to expand the threads because that kind of defeats the purpose of the thread. I like to keep them threaded and just use messages in the rotor. Just remember, if you're on a message and you swipe to the right,
I'm revisiting this topic, but from a slightly different direction.
now you think, oh, I want to continue swiping down to the next message, but watch what happens.
Trash flag.
Why is that? Well, because as soon as you swipe left or right with the one finger to move the voiceover cursor, when the voiceover cursor moves, it automatically puts the rotor back to actions. So if we want to go back to messages, we have to two-finger rotate to the left again.
Messages.
Now it's there.
Message body. Message 3 of 3. Sable hat
As soon as I swipe to the right, though,
this won't undo CSS encryption.
now you swipe up with one finger.
Unread.
Nope, we're back
Activate.
on actions. See, you got to go to the messages rotor option again.
Messages. Message 1 of 3.
And there you go. Okay. And I just got another unread message while we were waiting.
Unread. Selected. Promotions. Selected. All unread. Sable Hatton. Disney Plus. Unread.
And that's another
Sable
message
Hatton,
from our
Chad
support
and Emma
list.
Oates, Mrs. Writer Pro.
Okay,
2.
that one is not one that I know anything about or can really contribute to, so I'm going to go ahead and swipe up with one finger.
Delete thread. 3 messages.
Double tap.
Thread deleted. 3 messages. Disney Plus.
Now remember that if you want to delete a whole bunch of messages at once, you can also go into the More button and then go to Select, and you can multi-select messages. And then your trash folder actually has an option to select all and, immediately empty the trash and delete everything in there. But again, I think that automatically deletes after like 30 days or something. All right, so the other thing while we're looking at this is I want to show you how to read a message with attachments. So let's go to my sidebar because that'll be an easy way.
Picture in updates. Mail. All in. Show sidebar. But show sidebar. Edit button. Hide sidebar. Select flip unread attachments. Selected attachments.
Here we go,
Two
and let's
unread
hide the
messages.
sidebar.
Picture mail. Gmail. Edit mail. Edit. Hide sidebar. Hide sidebar.
Well, let's see what
Select.
messages I have in here.
Unread. Norbley at Crowsons.net. Vmail from 778775. Unread. Walmart. 2 unread.
Okay.
Norbley at Crowsons.net.
Let's see when
Email
that's from. Today.
778
Probably.
775 3474 to Matthew Volbrecht 101 11:34 a.m.
Yeah, what this is our internet and home phone provider. And when somebody leaves a voicemail on our home phone system, it also sends it to me as an email attachment. And so I can listen to the audio. I suspect that is a telemarketer or a scam, which is why I did not answer the call this morning. But let's go ahead and double tap it.
Selected. Unread. Norbley.
And let's actually listen to that attachment. We'll touch the right side about halfway down because that's where we can expect the message content to be.
Message content. You have a new voicemail.
Now,
Row 1, column 1,
the
101, Matthew Volbrecht. You have a new voicemail from column 1, 7, period. Listen by opening the enclosed attachment. Sent by Crow's Nest Broadband LLC.
Okay.
Column 1.
Now the thing is, the attachments are always at the very bottom. So you could 4-finger single tap near the bottom if you wanted to. It would help you get there more quickly.
More actions. But
You're going to be on that More Actions button.
use the rotor to access messages.
Just swipe to the left.
Message content. VN 20260 3231533040593666 F1E647 DCAB 405958499E9 F2435 Ed13.WAV
Boy,
44 bytes.
That's a very long file name, but it's a .wav. That's my attachment. It might say tap to download if it's a larger file or depending on how it's shared. So you might need to double tap it once to download it and then double tap it a second time to open it. In this case, it did not say that. It's very, very small. My guess is they didn't even leave a message. I would suspect what we're going to find when we play this is silence, but we will see. So let's double tap this attachment.
Selected. Mail Zoom.
Touch the right side.
Mail. Call with Zoom. Mail. 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 Call.
And
Mail.
what we have to do
Play button.
is look for the play button. There it is.
Logic Pro button.
Notice that I can open this in Logic Pro. I'm swiping left.
VN 20,002. More actions button. Message con. More. VN Logic Play button.
Go ahead and play it.
Play. Pause button. Share. Pause button.
Silence.
Pause. Share. Close. 0 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was just a hang up because it was a scam call. So you don't get to actually hear anything, but we're going to close it. No, notice.
Media timeline. 0 seconds. Media. 0 seconds. Close. Share button.
There's a share button, so I could save this, open it up in another app, but we're just going to close it.
Close. But close.
Okay. And
Selected.
so that attachment wasn't all that exciting for you because it didn't have any audio, but that's okay. It was a scammer, but or a telemarketer, but you now know how to open attachments. You double tap on the message, go down to the very bottom, swipe to the left, double tap. If it says download, do that first. Once you open it, it'll open whatever the attachment is. You can hit play if it's an audio file. You can read it if it's, a PDF or something. There's a share button. Generally, you can share it to save it to files or save it to another app or send it to someone else, forward it on. However you want to do that, it's all very doable. So let's just look at the left side here.
Simon Fogarty selected. Norably unread. Walmart.com arrived. Your choice.
Okay, well, I'm going to delete that. That was just a notification that a shipment arrived from Walmart.
Delete. One unread.
Whoop.
Unread. Deleted. Selected.
I could delete this crow's nest one technically.
Group crow's
Let's
nest
see.
directive Crow Norably Cliff Norably.
See if there's any other.
.net email from
I want to see.
814-652-9114 to Matthew Volbrecht 100.
This one will actually have something that you can hear. This was from our school district. I don't know what date it was. Let me check.
Summarize. Message head. TO colon 3/16/26.
I think that was a day that they canceled all the after-school activities because we had rain and it was going to turn to snow. So let's listen.
More message content. VN 20,000. Mail Zoom window. Mail Zoom window control. Mail call with call mail. Mail call with Zoom meet mail.
This Zoom thing.
Call with
once again
call mail
makes it a little more of a
mail call with mail
challenge there.
Call with Zoom mail. Call with
right.
Zoom mail.
Give me a minute here.
Call with Zoom.
Try to figure out where that's located.
Mail.
It's not normally going to be an issue.
Call with mail. Mail. Call mail. Mail. Cap M. Crow's Nest. VN. More action. More action.
Right.
Message content. VN 20,000.
That's where it is.
Window control. Mail Zoom.
But it's this Zoom thing that's
Window controls. Mail. Call with mail. Mail. A screenshot of a web. Mail.
There's
mail.
actually two different mail
A
windows there.
screenshot of a web page.
Maybe that one will do
mail.
it. If I want to do it that way,
Mail.
I could.
Mail.
I might try that.
Media timeline.
Well, there we go.
Play
Here we go.
button.
Please hold for a message.
Selected. Norably
School District.
All evening activities are canceled for the Everett Area School District tonight, Monday, March 16th.
Mail. Call with
All right,
mail.
so there you go.
Elementary after school program, MSHS after 3 program, and all sports practices.
Mail.
All
Call
And
with
again,
mail.
Tonight.
Mail.
Please
Mail.
contact the
Call
school
with
office if you
mail.
need to make a change.
Mail. Mail.
Contact Everett Elementary at 8.
We can just close that.
Sent by
All right.
Crow's Nest. More action.
So
3113 or 3112. Contact
what actually
814-652
is happening is that Zoom call window is
1048 or 1300. All evening activities.
it's going to read it again.
Message.
Let's see if I can
Monday, March 16th.
Crow's Nest. VN 20.
when I go into this.
Elementary after
Mail
school
Zoom.
program,
Mail Zoom.
MSHS after 3 program.
Mail.
Sports practices.
Mail.
All
Mail.
students
Yeah.
will be going home on their regular
Mail.
transportation tonight.
Call with Zoom.
Please contact the
I
school
had it.
Logic Pro. Share. Close.
elementary at
Just close it.
Selected. Norably. Mail Zoom.
All right. So
3113 or 3112. Contact the MSHS.
I had another window open with it still. That's not going to be an issue when you don't have the
1048 or 1300.
when you don't have the the Zoom window showing there. All right, so what I'd like to do now, I've shown you how to work with attachments a little bit. Let's go back to all inboxes here.
Picture mail updated just now. Show sidebar at picture mail flat VIP Gmail iCloud all inboxes selected all inboxes at edit hide sidebar
And let's go up to the upper right hand side and let's compose a message now.
message header v call in progress mail active reply all reply compose button.
I just swiped left.
Double tap and hold to text field mail zoom window controls mail okay.
Let's send this to Cliff and
Kilo.
Sarah. So let's
K L I
type a few letters.
logo mail call with zoom add contact button.
There's an add contact button, but I don't like to do it that way.
2 heading
I've typed a few letters of Cliff's name. Swipe to the right.
results Cliff greater than support at
Now, if I want to,
Cliff info at stirredup.com.
that's what I want to do. There are different,
More info active.
see, I could swipe down to choose a different address with more info, but I'm just going to double tap.
Cliff info at stirredup.com.
Okay.
2 text field Cliff Miller senior info at stirredup.com.
He's in there. Now let's add Sarah to the mix here.
SAR
I won't let it read hers because she doesn't share hers publicly. She's not doing the, the paid support like Cliff and I do. So,
2 Cliff Miller add contact. 2 heading results Sarah Potok.
there it is. And so I could, if she has more than one address, I could swipe up or down. I'm just going to double tap. So it puts both the addresses in there.
2 text field.
I can keep typing in the edit field if I want to. Notice I don't need commas or anything like that. Go to the right.
Cliff Miller senior Sarah Potok add contact button.
And there we go. So those are the two people I'm going to send to right now. If you have to type in a whole address because you don't have somebody in your contacts or something, then you'd press the return key after typing an address so that you could continue and type another one. But again, these are people who are in my contacts. So let's go to the right.
CC/BCC from.
Okay.
Double tap to show more info.
This says CC, BCC, and from. This is hidden by default. So if I just swipe to the right.
And Dodgeville branch at a subject. Text field. Message content.
My subject and my message body. But I do want to tap on that option to expand it because I want to change the from address.
At CC/BCC from CC text field.
Now notice there's an edit field for carbon copy.
BCC text field.
An edit field for the BCC. We could use those if we wish, but go to the right.
From
and this is the from button. And I want to change it. So double tap here.
Dodgeville branch selected. Dodgeville shop at TTG TTAC juggernaut at space like Pastor Matt at the vessel.info.
All these different email addresses I can send from.
Gold support help info support info.
Including
hide my email. Create a random address that forwards to your inbox.
Including hide my email, which is a feature I believe of iCloud Plus. So I could actually create a random email just for Cliff and Sarah to use. It would forward to my regular inbox. We're not going to do that. We're going to use my TTJ.
Info at ttjtech.biz button.
Double tap on that one.
CC BCC from info at ttjtech.biz button. Subject text field.
Double tap.
Double tap insertion point at end.
Saying hi.
Cap S-T-I-N-G saying cap A-I.
Okay. Now there's my subject. I can press the return key to immediately be taken to the message body, or I can just go up here and tap on it.
Mail. Message content. Message body. Sent from my iPad.
Double
text
tap.
field. Insertion point at start.
Now, I can type a message. How are you guys doing?
Cap G-O. How. A-R-E. Spit Y-U. Spit G-U-Y. Spit D-O-I-N-G. Question mark. New line.
Now let's read it.
Message content. Message body. Text field. Is editing. How are you guys doing? Sent from my iPad.
And if I
mode. Insertion point between.
If I want to, I can very simply swipe over to the left to send.
It's Sarah Potok Cliff Milk 2 saying hi. Send button.
There it is. I could just double tap to immediately send. But there's so much more that I can do if this is a more complex message. So for one thing, let's start by continuing to swipe to the left here.
Hide keyboard. Numbers. Space.
Okay, there's the keyboard. Let's touch the letter Q so we're at the left of the keyboard.
Cap Q.
If you have a 13-inch
Cap Quebec.
device, you'll have to touch the number 1 up above the Q. Go to the left.
Tab. Insert drawing. Button.
So, from right to left, we can insert a drawing with the Apple Pencil, for example.
Insert attachment actions. Button.
Ooh, that's important, isn't it? Insert attachment actions. So, we'll come back to that one.
Open writing tools. Button.
Open writing tools.
Rewrite. Button. Proofread. Button. Show writing tools. Button. Text format. Button. Undo. Button. Undo.
Yes.
Button.
Excuse me a moment. You have all of these options that you could use. The writing tools, the text format options. Let's look at some of these.
Text format. Button. Logo. Bold text. Switched button. Off. Italicized text. Switched underline text. Strike through text. Typeface picker. Typeface picker.
That
button.
is your
Decrease font size. Button.
font and your...
Increase font size. Button. Color picker. Black. Button.
You can even change the color.
Bulleted list. Numbered list. Align text to left. Switched button. Off. Center text. Switched button. Off. Align text to right. Switched button. Off. Decrease quote. Button. Increase quote. Button. Outdent text. Button. Indent text. Button. Indent text. Button.
And let's get out of that.
Dismiss pop-up. Active. Message body.
So again, all of those different things. We could insert a drawing. We could format the text. And then look at this insert attachment actions. I want to show you that one.
Cap tap. Insert attachment actions. Button.
Now, before I do that, let me remind you that most apps have share sheets or share menus. We explored what those looked like last week. We will explore them again from other perspectives, like when we work through the Notes app with you, which I believe we start on Wednesday, and then Pages next week and so on. The Photos app, we will see the share sheets many, many times again. But it's also possible to attach the file from the Mail app if you'd rather. I tend to prefer to do it from whatever app I'm working in. So if I'm working with Photos, I want to send a photo, I use the share button in the Photos app, and then I choose Mail or Messages or whoever I want to send it to or whatever. But this is another way to do it. So you double tap here.
Insert attachment actions. Button. Logo. Image.
I'll listen to what we have.
Message. Vmail from. Mail. Call with Zoom.
Okay,
Mail.
hold on a second.
Mail. Call with Zoom. Mail.
Again.
A screenshot. Mail. Everything.
What?
Enjoy. Insert attachment actions. Button. Insert drawing. Button. And every.
There's some quick type suggestions, by the way.
Show writing tools. Everything. Enjoy. Insert attachment
Okay.
actions. Logo. You have a new voicemail. 81. You have a mail. Notification. News.
And I got a notification.
Dismiss. Dismiss. Mail. Key tab. Insert.
Let's
Insert
try
attachment
that
actions.
again.
But. Dismiss pop-up. Mail. Dismissed mail. Call with Zoom Meet mail.
I might
Call with
actually
Zoom Meet
grab my other
S.
iPad
Mail.
because
Show writing
that
tools.
Zoom
E.
thing just
Undo. Untext. Show E. Even error. Insert drawing tab.
makes
Insert
it
attachment
much
action.
harder
Logo. Image. Call with Zoom Meet.
to work with.
Mail. T.
And so I might show you that on the other iPad because I don't have to have the Zoom app up there at the same time. But I will go ahead and tell you while I get the other iPad ready that it actually is a way to insert anything from files to photos to even scanning documents right into Mail. And again, it's not the only way to do it, right? Because there's no reason you can't do it from the share sheet of whatever app you wish to use to create the attachment, right? That is how I prefer to do it. That is how I normally do it on a regular basis. But we're just going to go ahead over on this other iPad and do
TV March 20th. BG corner. Subject. Text field.
Let's see. Where was I going to do this?
Message body. Text field is editing. You.
I don't think it stays up there very long.
Undo. Untext you. Insert attachment actions. March 20th. BG. Dismiss pop-up. Attach file. Scan text. Scan document. Photo library. Take photo or video.
Here are all those choices.
Take photo
So
or
take
video.
photo or video right here with the camera, right in the mail app.
Photo library.
Photo library.
Scan document.
Scan document.
Scan text.
Scan text. That's going to use OCR.
Attach file.
And attach file.
Attach file.
So any of those we choose. Let me get out of that.
Message body.
And let me get out of my message that I was creating here.
Movement.
We'll have
new
to.
message to. C2. New. Send. Dimmed. But keyboard hidden.
And then get out of this.
New message. To. Text field. CC to new message. Send.
And there's
new
nothing here.
Text field. To.
Because we.
New. Send. Dimmed. Button.
We're not actually going to send this
new
message. So
heading.
what we'll do
To.
is just close that up with a scrub.
Message content. Message C2. New send.
Yeah, let's
send.
see.
Dimmed. Button.
And then I can also
Mail. Message.
let me just
Subject.
see.
M.cc
Anything else I need to do that gets me out of that.
Heading. Send.
And
Send.
send is dimmed, of course,
Button.
because there's not going to be
Message
any
content.
message to
body.
send. We
Text
didn't
field.
put a
Send
a
from my
sender,
iPad.
recipient, or
Message
anything
body.
else in there.
Text field. Sent from my iPad. Double tap to edit.
Let's see.
Use the rotor to menu.
All right, so
Mail file.
let's
Mail. Monday, Free. Mail.
Let's see.
Add view. Mail message format. Window.
Go to window.
Close. Mail. Minimum.
Close.
Mail. Message
And we
TV.
can
N plus be blessed.
get out of this. All right. So that is the attachment actions. Again, I like to do it from whatever app was used to create the attachment. But it's personal preference. You do have the option of doing it this way as well. And when you don't have that zoom thing on the screen, it'll be a lot easier.
Message content. Message body. Text field is editing. How are you guys doing?
Okay, the other thing I want to show you is that instead of double tapping on the send button,
Sarapota Cliff Miller 2 saying hi. Send button.
we can also long press on the send button for additional options.
Low send now button. Send 9 p.m. tonight button. Send 8 a.m. tomorrow button. Send later button. Dismiss context menu.
Okay,
button.
so we could send it now. It gave us
Message box.
some other choices to send it tonight, tomorrow morning, and then send later. We could choose any time we want to send this message. I'm just going to go ahead now and send it regularly.
Saying hi. Heading to send button.
Let's double tap.
Send dimmed. Mail zoom. Move button.
Now, it will actually take a little time. Look here on the left.
Disney selected.
At the
All
status
mail.
bar.
Promote up. More. Toggle filter. Undo send button.
There's an undo send button there. I have a 30-second send delay. So as soon as that as soon as the 30-second send delay is over, that undo send button will disappear and it'll send the message.
Undo alert. Undo send. Cancel.
I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
Picture in picture. Mail. Unread. Updated just now. 28 unread.
There we go.
Primary.
There we go.
28 unread.
So
Updates. Promotion.
got some more new
selected.
messages here.
Unread. Disney Plus.
Looks like
selected.
maybe.
All mail. Unread.
Maybe.
Disney Plus.
Okay. All right. So that's an overview of how to send messages as well. Now, we also want to talk about some of the options in your mail settings because I've shown you how to create mailboxes. I've shown you how to enable smart mailboxes that are here, but I want to go into settings.
Windows stashed. App switcher. Mail. App. Call with Zoom meeting. Mail. Close mail.
And your
Zoom
mail
meeting.
app is
Call
one
with
of these
Zoom
apps
meeting.
that
Mail. Active.
will actually work in multiple windows. Like when you create a new message, it's a new window.
Mail. Window. Move mail. Move.
See?
Mail. Windows stashed. App switcher.
So I'm going to close
Mail.
out of...
Mail. Call. Zoom. Setting. Use. Zoom.
see.
Call. Mail. Active. Cap. Direct touch. Vertical navigation.
I guess
Mail.
that's it.
Active.
Okay. So let's go back home.
With
And let's...
home. Camera. App store. Book. Podcast. TV. New. Settings.
Settings. And then
Set-
apps on the left-hand side at the very bottom.
Sidebar. Private games. iCloud. Wallet. Apps. But select.
And we're going to go to mail on the right.
Default apps. Section index. Cap M. Selected. Make candy. Make mail. Map mail. But.
Okay. First,
Add or remove accounts. Manage Siri and search. And customize how your mail appears and works.
all right.
Mail accounts 2 button.
That's the mail accounts button where we can work with existing accounts. We're going to look at that in a moment.
Allow mail to access. Apple Intelligence search. Notification search.
Not going to go through all of these. That's another way to get to the notifications area.
Allow mail app search. Notifications. Banners. Sounds. Badges. Button.
All right, which we looked at before, but we went through notifications to get there.
Cellular data. Switched button. On. Default mail app. Mail. Message list. Heading.
Okay.
Summarize message previews. Switched button. On.
So you can get the mail
Double
summary.
tapped. Show contact photos. Switched button. On. Show to /cc. Preview. 2 lines. Delete. Preview. 2 lines.
Let's keep going. Oh, just some highlights here.
Delete or move message action. View next message. Button. Mark message as read. Default. But swipe options. Button. Messages. Heading. Ask before deleting. Switched button. Off.
Do you want
Double tap to toggle setting.
a confirmation before it actually will delete? That's off.
Privacy protection. Button. Search. Button.
Definitely want to use privacy protection.
Follow up suggestions. Switched button. On.
I told you about that.
Threading. Heading. Organized by thread. Switched button. On. Collapse read messages. Switched button. On.
I mentioned those things.
Double most recent message on top. Switched button. Off.
No, the oldest messages on top. This is when we're talking about threads. Not all of your messages, just when you're in a thread.
Complete threads. Switched button. On. Muted thread action. Mark as read. Blocked sender options. Move to trash. Button. Blocked. Button. Composing. Heading.
All right, so we have the ability to look at our blocked senders and what we do with them.
Always BCC myself. Switched button. Off. Mark addresses. Off. Increase quote. Include. Add link. Include attachments with replies. When adding recipients. Button.
Okay.
Add link previews. Signature.
Oh.
Add link previews. Switched button. On.
Okay, that means
Double tap to toggle setting.
if you, when composing a message, if you type a URL, it will actually give a preview of that link. It's rich URLs, so that's useful.
Signature. Sent from my iPad.
Here's
button.
where we can edit our signatures. You can have different signatures for each account.
Load remote images. Switched button. Default account. iCloud. Button.
Yep.
Messages created outside of mail will be sent from this account by default.
Okay.
Sending. Heading.
Here's where my send delay is.
Undo send delay. 30 seconds. Button.
There we go.
Undo send.
And if it thinks that you may have forgotten an attachment, like if you said, please see the attached file, and then you didn't attach anything, it will actually bring that to your attention as well. All right, I want to go into the accounts here. Now, this is sort of a roundabout way to get there because we could have gone into iCloud, but I'm going to go this way since I'm already here.
Apps. Back button. Mail. Add or remove. Mail accounts. 2. Accounts. Heading. iCloud. iCloud Drive. iCloud Mail. Heading.
Now,
Use your existing iCloud Mail account on this iPad or set up a free opening double quote. Use on this iPad. Switched button. On. Account information. Heading. Default email. m.jvolbrecht@icloud.com.
see, these are my iCloud mail settings.
Addresses. 12. Button.
You can go in and add and remove addresses that will work with your Apple account.
Organize your inbox. Heading.
All right.
iCloud Mail Cleanup or iCloud Mail Cleanup button. iCloud Mail Rules off button.
Okay.
Auto reply off button.
Auto reply.
Mail forwarding off button. Mailbox behaviors button. Import messages button. Security heading.
Look at all this stuff.
Signing and encryption. But iCloud Plus heading. Custom email domain button. Set up iCloud Mail to work with your own custom domain. Set up
All right, I'm going to mention a few of these. So in addition to your iCloud.com email address, you can have aliases, which are also at iCloud.com, but they're other usernames. You can have up to 3 of those. You can also have custom email domains, which means you can add your own personal domain that you own at, let's say, GoDaddy or somewhere, and you can receive mail through iCloud at that domain. You can have up to 3 email addresses for yourself, and then you can add other people, family or coworkers or what have you, and each of those people can have 3 email addresses at that domain for themselves as well. What else can I tell you about that? If you don't own one already, you can actually purchase it through your settings through a company called Cloudflare. And it's supposed to automatically set it up for you then in the Mail app when you do that. I've had mixed results with that. I think they've probably gotten it pretty well now. Praise God. But the feature works great.
You've got mail.
And praise God. Now, the other thing I wanted to go back and show you just very briefly, and we have a separate bonus demo where Trainer Cliff did a more extensive demonstration of this. But I just want to show you where this is at because we've been talking about mailboxes. I've shown you how to create your own mailboxes. You saw how to move a message. It was in the Quick Actions menu. It was in the More Actions. It was in the rotor. You could move a message to a mailbox that you created. But you can also create mail rules so that messages will automatically go into specific mailboxes. So if I create a mailbox called Recipes and another one called Tech, for example, then let's say all the messages from TTJ and Stir It Up and from iDownload Blog and 9 to 5 Mac and Mac Rumors, they all go into the Tech folder automatically. All of the messages, let's say from Food Network and All Recipes and what's another one of those? Epicurious, that they all go into the recipes mailbox automatically. Those are called mail rules. And you saw it back to the left here.
Cut iCloud signing and secure important mailbox mail forwarding auto reply iCloud mail rules off button.
iCloud mail rules. This is where you create them. You go in here. And if we swipe to the right,
Rules heading add rule button.
you can add a rule.
Only the first matching rule will be applied to each message as it arrives. It may take a few minutes for changes to take effect.
All right, so
Only the add rule button.
if let's say we add a rule.
Dismiss pop-up. Close button.
All right, go to the right.
Add rule heading done dimmed button. Rule name text field.
So you have to give a name.
Double tap to edit.
Now keep going.
Message is from button. Pop name is from button.
Right now it's set to
button.
is from.
Double tap to activate the picker.
And here,
Name or email address. Text field.
so
Double tap to edit.
if a message is from info@stiritup.com, put it in the Tech folder. If it's from info@ttjtech.biz, put it in the Tech folder. This is the is from.
Is from button.
But
Pop-up button.
notice that we can change
Double
that.
tap to. Selected. Is from. Is addressed to. Button. Is CC'd to. Button. Is addressed or CC'd to. Button. Has subject containing. Button. Has listed containing. Button. Dismiss context menu. Button.
So all of that stuff is all of those are options, and basically you can pick any one of those. So like here,
Is addressed or is addressed. Has subject containing.
has subject containing. So it maybe you want to, if it says anything about dinner, so a message comes in that says great dinner ideas, that's automatically going to go to my recipes mailbox if I set that up. So any of these can be chosen. Right now the default is from.
Dismiss context menu. Button.
Now.
Rule. Message. Is from button. Pop-up button. Name or email address. Text field. Double tap to edit. Action.
Action. Hold on one second. She just called me and told me Adam was going to bring you home, period, so I didn't need to text.
Move to folder. Button. Pop-up button.
See,
Double
move
tap
to folder.
activate the picker.
In other words,
Selected. Move to folder. Button.
that would be like if it says great dinner ideas, if it's from all recipes, whatever mail rules you want, move to folder. Folder would be called recipes.
Move to trash. Button.
Or a particular mail rule that has messages automatically go to the trash, depending on the rule.
Forward to. Button. Mark as read. Button. Move to folder and mark as read. Button. Move to trash and mark as read. Forward to an email address and mark as read.
Look at all these options.
Dismiss context menu.
All right,
Button.
we'll dismiss
Rule
that.
name. Message is from name or email address. Text field.
That's where you fill that in.
Action. Move to folder. Button.
And then
Pop-up folder.
you'd have to pick the folder that it gets moved to.
Choose/setup button.
Choose or set up. So again, like recipes or tech or whatever.
Choose/setup.
And that's it. That's how you create mail rules. I mean, it really is not all that difficult. It can be done right on the iPad. It's an extremely straightforward process.
Close button. Add rule button. Rules heading. Only the first. Only sidebar. iCloud Mail back button. iCloud Mail rules off button.
Don't have any.
Auto reply off button.
Again, you can set up an auto reply. You know, I will be out of the office on vacation, whatever.
Mail forwarding off button.
And of course, you can forward.
Mailbox behaviors button.
I don't know if we'll look at that real quick.
Cancel button. Mailbox behaviors heading done button.
Just to show you what this is.
Mailbox behaviors heading drafts mailbox drafts button. Sent mailbox sent messages button.
So, in other words, which mailboxes are for those functions?
Deleted mailbox deleted messages but archive mailbox archive. Move discarded messages into heading selected deleted mailbox. Archive mailbox.
Where do the discarded messages go? Deleted or archived? You can choose.
Deleted messages. Heading.
Deleted messages.
Remove. Never. Button. Remove. Never.
I can
button.
go into that.
Selected. Never. After 1 day. After 1 week. After 1 month. After 1 month.
That's where that setting is, and apparently on this device it wasn't set that way, so I'm going to fix that.
After 1 month. Selected. After 1 month. Remove. Heading. Mailbox behaviors. Back button.
Now.
Cancel. Mailbox behavior. Done. Button.
Done.
Mailbox behaviors. Button.
Because that's the case.
iCloud Mail. Heading. Mail accounts. Back. Mail accounts. Head. Mail. Back button.
That's on a per account basis.
Mail accounts. 2. Button.
Now, because that wasn't set that way, I'm going to go in here and manually remove all my deleted message, all my trash.
Doc. Music. Mail. 2 unread. Check out your Mail Zoom. Picture in pictures. Selected. Disney Plus. Unread. Pluto. Select. Promotion.
So let's go.
More. Toggle all inboxes. Show sidebar. But.
And choose.
Remind. Follow. Send today. All drafts. All sent. All trash. 5.
I think I can actually do it with all trash.
Selected. All trash. Messages. Chat. Up. Select. Button.
Select.
Selected. All trash.
And then.
Messages. Chad. Update. Cancel. All trash. Select all. Button.
Select all.
Deselect all. Archive. Trash. 513 unread messages. Chunk. Track. Archive. Deselect all.
The problem is, though, it's going to say archive because of my Gmail.
Select
Yeah,
all.
let's do it another way.
All track. Cancel. But.
Let's do.
All Gmail. In drafts. Send.
iCloud.
Chunk. Trash. 500. Selected. Trash.
Let's do iCloud specifically.
Messages. Update. Toggle filter. Select. Button.
Okay.
Selected. Track message. Update. Cancel. Trash. Select all. But deselect all. Archive. Selected. Trash. 500. Archive.
It's still showing it as archive. That's interesting.
Deselect all. Archive.
Check the bottom here.
Message to be moved. Message to be moved. Message to be moved. Messages. Selected. Chad. 513 unread. Cancel. Trash iCloud. Heading. Deselect all. Archive.
I don't know why it's still showing archive.
Selected. Archive. Check out your new Disney Plus. Messages. Select. Dimmed. Archive iCloud. Heading. Selected. Archive. Trash.
All right.
Archive. Select.
So.
Dimmed. Toggle. Updated. Messages. No messages. Select. Dimmed.
All right.
Archive iCloud.
I think it actually.
Heading. Selected. Archive. Trash. 513 unread messages. Selected.
I'm going to have to look at that because that should just have given me the option to delete them.
Message.
Rather.
Toggle. Select.
But.
Trash iCloud. Heading. Archive.
Let's see.
Selected. Trash iCloud. Select. Button.
Try that again.
Selected. Archive. Select all. Button. Deselect all. Deselect trash iCloud.
I think I'm looking in the wrong place.
Cancel. Updated just messages. Selected. Chad. 5. Cancel. Trash iCloud. Heading. Deselect all. Button. Archive.
Yeah, that's
selected. Trash.
what it was.
Archive.
I was looking in the wrong
Deselect
place.
all. Button. Trash iCloud. Heading. Cancel. But 513 unread. Messages. Selected. Chad. Selected.
They're all selected now.
Message to be message to be moved. Move archive button forward dim reply all reply compose delete button delete alert.
There we go.
Are you sure you want to delete all the messages in the mailbox? These messages will be deleted from all your devices. Cancel delete all.
There we go.
Vertical scroll bar 27 pages.
That wasn't telling me I should
Vertical
archive them. That
scroll
was the
bar.
archive mailbox. That's what.
Message header.
Now we're-
Message trash 22 junk 1 unread message.
All right, it's deleting, and that's good.
Inbox.
So now let's go back to
Gmail. All send all inboxes. To selected. All inboxes.
let's hide the sidebar.
Picture mail trash. All trash.
Sidebars.
Mail. Mail. Edit. Hide.
Hidden?
Hide sidebar. Toggle filter off.
And I've got some more messages
Video,
already.
Mail. Active. Messages. Unread. Amazon Business. Unread. Intuit QuickBooks. What's your Sabahatin? Unread. Disney Plus. Check out your new selected Disney Plus. Unread. Travelocity. Unread. Pluto. Selected.
So,
all mail.
I'll go through and finish deleting that stuff after we're done here.
Thanks for joining today's session. Didn't get your question answered? Have an additional comment or feedback? Email us info@ttjtech.biz or info@stiritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with a U. That's STURITUP.com. Or check out our websites for additional resources. That's ttjtech.biz or stiritup.com. And remember, subscribe to the newsletter when you're there. That way, you don't miss out on any upcoming announcements or events. Thanks for joining us. God bless, and see you next time.